number 2. John Michael, Grant Hill, and Ashley Shamity. So happy to have you with us here on this Monday night as Ace Bailey works on Smith. He pulls up from the mid-range. Smith rebounds. Bailey tried to pry it away, nothing doing. Amen Thompson, 12.6 rebounds, 3 assists for Thompson. He was a perfect 5 of 5 from the field. Şengün, who's been a hub for these Rockets of the last couple of seasons, finds Smith, who remains red hot.
Well, the same way they started the first half, they start the second half with a Jabari Smith Jr. three-pointer. And down shots at a high clip. This Rockets team is dangerous.
Collier had it poked away by Durant. He rescues, finds Markkanen for a long-range 3. The rim's out. Bailey tried to throw it down. The ball careens to the sideline, and Filipowski can't.
Played well as of late, averaging almost 16 points a game his last few games.
Thompson deals back out to Durant. That ball was knocked away. Collier to the rim. He got grabbed and fouled by Smith. Completing that thought on Ace Bailey. He just seems to
played well. Third youngest starter. Cooper Flagg, Jeremiah Fears, and you see his crop of rookies, and he has shown what he can do. Not necessarily here tonight, but he's had a good month as of late.
Really nice to hear Will Hardy say how Bailey always carries himself with a sense of humility and respect. And Ashley, Coach Hardy had more to say, didn't he?
He did. I talked to him at shoot-around this morning. I said, who do you want to see really just grow and thrive these last couple weeks, almost 2 months of the regular season? He said, if I have to single out one person, it would be Ace. He's our youngest player. He said All-Star really served as a reset for him. It's time to move past the rookie excuses. But he says he's showing a ton of growth on and off the court. And a lot of these guys have a better understanding of what's expected of them, but Ace is still learning that. He just smiled, though, said he is such a bright, funny, energetic kid. He's got such a pure heart, and he loves the game, asks all the questions. So he's really hoping that these next couple weeks here of the regular season can serve as such a growing point for Ace.
No question. Thank you, Ashley. As Thompson twirls inside, he goes with the left hand and lays it in. Timeout.
As an assistant coach for the Spurs, and Will was promoted to an assistant. They were both under Pop, and they just absolutely blossomed. Will telling me that when you're traveling the country, you're at practices, dinners, planes, talking basketball 24/7, you form such a close relationship. And then when Ime got the head coaching job in Boston, Will was one of his first calls. He was an assistant on that staff. The team made it all the way to the finals that year. Coach Hardy telling me he probably wouldn't be where he is today without that opportunity. He said to coach that team, make it as far as we did. He said that time influenced him as a coach more than Ime would ever know. And he said it is very strange looking down and coaching against someone like Ime, just the friendship that they have and how it's really just blossomed over the last couple decades. But man, those two, they just smiled when you ask about one another.
Well done, Ashley. Thank you. As that 3 by Eason doesn't go, and you said it as Collier takes the long lead pass. Can't get it to go, but Bailey's there for the finish. Just to see the smile on the face when they talk about the other, both of them.
Ime is not a good friend the way his team is pouring it on the Jazz here this evening, but two great young coaches. Speaking of greatness right there, Durant, second chance opportunity for KD.
Durant got it back and flipped it in. A double-double already for Durant. 10 points and 10 big assists. If you're just joining us, as Markkanen can't get that to go. The active Eason defended. Eason finds Thompson. Thompson leaks out. Banks it home.
And Thompson so good in the open floor. Just elongates to the rim.
This is a Rockets team that's bottom 10 in fast break points. However, they have been terrific in that department here tonight. 24 points via the fast break. Markkanen is wide open, and he buries the 3. Jaren Jackson loves it.
Can't wait for him to get healthy. I guess he'll be reevaluated maybe
4 weeks, they said, after the procedure. Yeah.
Get a little bit of time before the end of the year, but definitely want to see what this team looks like when fully healthy.
Filipowski got a fingertip on it. There's Collier once again.
And one thing with talking with Will Hardy, you know, they're going through a rebuild. There's some tough moments. But he said he had a locker room of character.
Udoka, you're heading down the stretch. You really want to clean up things heading into the playoffs. We'll get back to this in a moment as Durant finds Smith. Smith took a bump from Markkanen, and now it's Eason. Eason with a quick trigger had to beat the shot clock. Şengün keeps it alive, and the Rockets reset with a fresh 14. Durant at the elbow. Works in on Collier, twists, fires, can't get the roll, and it's rebounded by Markkanen.
Talking about Udoka, just wanting to make sure the standard is there. Every possession matters. You're right now not just getting ready in terms of playoff positioning, but you're getting ready for the playoffs.
Yeah.
You want to have the right habits, the necessary habits for success. So cleaning up those turnovers, they don't turn the ball over against this Jazz team. They pretty much get whatever they want on the offensive end.
It's so much in the NBA about who's playing the best at the right time. I mean, no team is playing the same in November as they are in January, as they are in March. And the Rockets hope they're trending in the right direction as a Conchar three is long.
And right now, Houston, they're fourth seed in the West. They haven't played great, but they've been really good. And MA just wants them to be more consistent as we go through these last 6 weeks or as the playoffs approach.
What not too many folks talk about is that a couple of major injuries, unfortunately, have been a huge subplot for the Rockets this season. It began way back in September. They were dealt the sobering news that Fred VanVleet, during a team minicamp in the Bahamas, tore his ACL as Smith remains scorching. There's a look at VanVleet. Smith has 27. And then remember, it was announced in late January, another blow. Steven Adams would miss the remainder of this season as Smith elevates for the rebound, shuts down that possession, and out trots Kevin Durant. Durant pulls up. He's got it.
KD making it look easy, just elevating right over Sensabaugh. But, you know, you said it best. Fred VanVleet, Steven Adams, they're vets. They're experienced. They've been through the battles. They understand the importance of bringing Durant's out there. But you got a lot of young faces, a lot of young guys you're leaning on.
You saw the foul there by Shepherd on the arm of Collier. There they are talking things out. Will Hardy was Ime Udoka's lead assistant in Boston as they went to the finals.
And Ime Udoka's covering his mouth. We don't want that. We want to read his lips. We want to know what they're talking about. Now the San Antonio Greg Popovich coaching tree on display at half court.
Sets the ball with a rebound. Collier makes his way across the lane. He couldn't get it to go as Shepherd defended. Eason rebounded. Here comes Smith. Now it's Durant. Durant skips off to Shepherd. Shepherd for three. Terrific ball movement in transition. There's a big Capella inside. Capella got where he wanted but could not finish. Sends the ball with his head up. Love squares up for three. Tipped by Conchar, rescued by Mikhailiuk. Back to Sensabaugh, who's got it. Well, the Rockets have zipped the ball all over the joint here tonight. 28 big assists on 38 field goals. Collier's picked up by Shepherd. Collier once again works his way inside. He'll float and score.
And you see the strength there of Collier just getting to his spot. Speaking of getting to his spot, KD, one of the best, loves that mid-range off the bounce. So hard to defend.
15 points, a dozen assists. That's a season high for Durant. He's also grabbed 5 rebounds. Here's Love. He's leaned upon by Capella. He'll find the cutter in Conchar, who sweeps one off for a three that's short as Collier can't find the range. 3 to go here in the third. Shepherd now to Smith. It's picked up by Love. Eason steps back. Smith over Love. Eason tips it up and in.
Just outworking Utah on that possession, not blocking out. Eason makes him pay.
Eason's coming off a double-double in Madison Square Garden 2 nights ago. He has 11 and 8 here so far this evening. Love goes off the Sensabaugh, who cuts and gets fouled by Shepherd.